Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make Mickey Mouse's house. Not to be confused with Mickey Mouse's clubhouse, this is his actual home, not the clubhouse. I have made the clubhouse, you can find that in the card system and the description below, I'll leave you links there, but this is his actual home. Here the house is from all of the different angles that you might possibly want to see it from. As you can see, it's a very nice, bright, colourful, pretty decent looking home. I really like this house. I think it looks great. I've had quite a few suggestions to make this, and here we are. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. If you do, please do remember to leave a like on the video. Also leave a comment, let me know what you want to see me make next. A lot of you guys suggested Mickey Mouse's actual house, so here we are. On top of all of that, if you want to check out any of my other cartoon related builds, including the clubhouse that is in the card system, description below, without any further ado, let me show you how to make this thing. It's not as hard as it might look. So if you want to make it, here's what you'll need. Grab yourself some quartz stairs, some quartz slabs, some white concrete, some yellow concrete, red concrete, orange terracotta, pillar quartz block, light blue stained glass pane, and some light blue concrete. We will also need orange concrete and some birch wood fence. These are the only materials. If you like, you can swap out the concretes for walls. I know that some of you guys have an easier time getting a hold of that than actual terracotta and concrete and stuff. So once you have each one of these materials, and once you've figured out where you want to make it, and by the way, Mickey Mouse's house will fit into a 31 block wide by an 18 block long area. So that's 31 blocks coming across the front and 18 blocks going towards the back. So if you like, if you've got a limited amount of space, you can better plan out your build by making this same rectangular shape in your world. And we're going to begin on the very front right hand corner of said rectangular shape. And what we're going to do from this corner block is that we are going to find the corner and we're going to count in towards the back by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then count in to the left by 1, 2, 3. This is where we'll kick things off. Start off with 9 white concrete from the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Take that 9th white concrete and do 5 upright diagonals going towards the back of the house. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do 5 bottom right diagonals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Connect down to the ground, like that. Take the block that hits the ground and you want to extend it, coming across the back of the build by, I do believe that this is 15 using your yellow concrete. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Place a white concrete, then going right, 9 more yellow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then place yourself a white concrete. Extend that white concrete up by 6 using your white concrete. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Coming towards the front of the build, do 4 upright diagonals. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do 4 bottom right diagonals. 1, 2, 3, 4. Connect that block down to the ground, like so. We then want to, coming to the right across the front of the build, we want to do this. We want to place 1 yellow concrete from the block that hits the ground, then a white concrete, extend that white concrete upwards by 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, then to the right by 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, extend it down to the ground, take the block that hits the ground and go right of it by 2 with the yellow concrete, 1, 2, extend it 1 block towards you, place a white concrete. We then want to go up on top of this white concrete by 8. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We then want to do 5 up left diagonals coming towards the back of the house. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then 5 bottom left diagonals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we just simply want to connect down to the base of the house, and that will give us a shape which looks very, very much like this. Next thing, we're going to connect the front of the house together. So beginning from the last white concrete that we placed on the ground, we started building up from, we want to go right of this white concrete, and we want to place a row of 5 yellow going right. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then place a white concrete. And on top of the white concrete, you actually want to go up by... We then want to go up on top of this white concrete by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we want to go right by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Connect that down to the ground. You can also connect it back on itself, but you also want to go right of that white concrete that hit the ground, and you want to connect to the right hand side of the build using yellow concrete. Use your light blue concrete and place a row of light blue concrete inside the left hand side and right hand side of the entrance that you've created. Placing a light blue stained glass pane right in the center in between really allows us to have a nice looking door, and it just shrinks the space that we can actually place a proper door there later. We also want to place 2 windows, one left of the doorway, which sits right in the center of this row of 5 yellow concrete. We want to take the 3 middle blocks and place white concrete on top. We then want to place 2 rows of glass on top, 1, 2. We then want to place a row of white concrete, like that. And we want the same on the right. So the 3 middle blocks, place white concrete on top, 2 rows of light blue stained glass, with a row of white concrete on top of that. So we want to have something which should look like this. Perfect. Now we're going to add more details to the house. So we're going to start on the right hand side of the build now. And what we want to do is we want to take the very first white concrete block that we ever placed. You guys might recognize this, the very first one we ever placed. And we want to move towards the back of the build by 3 with the yellow concrete we want to do. 1, 2, 3. We then want to extend that third yellow concrete to the right of the build by 1. Place a white concrete. We want to extend that white concrete towards the back of the build by 2 of the yellow. 1, 2. Place a white concrete. Extend that white concrete towards the inside of the building by 2, 1, 2, and connect it to the back of the build to give you this shape. Take these 2 white concrete that we have right here and go up on top of them each by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the same with the other one. On top of the row of yellow, add a row of white concrete, followed by 2 rows of light blue glass, 1, and this is going to be 2. Then add a row of white concrete on top of that, and this is actually going to be covered up this bit, but you can fill it in with like red concrete, yellow concrete. It doesn't really matter what you fill that little bit above the inside of that in, because it will be filled in later. We now want to connect the window to the wall of the house. We want to do this by using 2 rows of yellow concrete simply to connect where the wall of the house is going to be, like this. And you can even go as far as filling in the right hand side of the house. It might be easier from the inside as well. The right hand side of the house, you can completely fill it in with yellow concrete if you do so wish. And whether you want to cover up the window or not is completely up to you. I'm going to leave that little crevice, that little cubby hole open just in case we ever want to do the inside of the house. But from the outside, we'll have something which should look like this, which is great, but we want to have something which looks a little bit nicer. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the top white concrete blocks on either side, and we're going to place a red clay coming out from either side of them, like this. We're then going to place underneath the red concrete, we're going to place a red concrete, like this, on both of them. We'll extend them 1 block towards us. We'll connect them together like this. And we also want to extend the first concrete that we place. We want to extend them towards the back of the house each by 1. And then we want to place a row on top of them that connect back to the house. And you know what? We're actually going to get rid of these white concretes here. I guess it was a mistake placing these. But the effect that we're looking for is this. It's a very small looking roof on the side of the house, like that. Now, if we move towards the back of the house, and what we want to do here is we want to add some windows. So what we're going to do, starting from on top of this row of yellow concrete, Going from left to right, we're going to do this pattern. We're going to do 1 yellow, 3 white, 1, 2, 3, 1 yellow, no, 2 yellow, I'm so sorry, 1, 2, 3 white, 1, 2, 3, 2 yellow, 1, 2, 3 white, 1, 2, 3, 1 yellow. I'm sorry for that little mistake there. I forgot that the door is actually, like the center of the building is actually a little bit wider than the sides. That, it doesn't matter, but that's what we want to have. And on top of the white concrete, what we want to do is we want to stack 2 rows of glass pane, very similar to what we did on the front of the house. And if you look forward, which is kind of what I was just alluding to, you'll notice that these windows correspond with the front of the house. So we're now going to place white concrete on top of the glass, and you'll see that the windows on the back are centered in relation to the front. So that's why it looks quite nice like this. You can go as far as to fill the entire back of the house in with yellow concrete. All you have to do is go about as far up as where we have the white beams. So as far as where we have the white concrete on the left and the right, you can just simply fill all of this up with yellow, and that will be great for us later on. So we're just going to do that, and we're just going to fill in between the windows in with yellow also. Whilst we're here, we can fill the back of the garage in using yellow concrete too. So we can just completely fill in the back of the garage with yellow concrete. Once again, go up as high as the vertical rows of white, because that is where the roof will start. Go as far up as the vertical rows of white like that. And what you'll also want to do is you want to fill in the space on the side of the garage. This is going to be once again filled in with yellow. This house is obviously very, very yellow. It's mellow yellow, looking nice and colourful. And this is going to be filled in with yellow. And we're also going to do the front of the garage also. So we're going to, on the front of the garage, we're going to place a row of yellow like this, coming up as high as the vertical row of white concrete to the left of us. And we are going to make the entire rest of this area around the garage also as high as that too. So just from the outside, basically what we're looking for, it should look a little bit like this. And by the way, the inside of the garage can be filled in, this big empty space, like where you drive the car in, is just fill it in with orange concrete. And basically the easiest way to do that is simply to come inside the garage, and you just want to have this appearance from the outside. So looking inwards, you just want to completely have that filled in with your orange concrete. So once you've done that, we can also fill in the right hand side of the house just above the garage with yellow concrete as well. So basically where the roof is going to be, the triangular shape, you can just completely fill this in with yellow concrete. And if we have any gaps later on, then we will take care of those later on. And that just leaves us the front of the house, which also, you guys guessed it, we've been doing a lot of this. This can also be filled in with yellow concrete. And once all of this yellow concrete has been filled in, we can start adding more details to the house, because of course the house does have a lot more details to be added to it. And the first thing that we're going to do once we have completed the front of the house, once it's been filled in with mostly yellow concrete, is we are going to let's take the front bottom left hand corner of the house. So this block right here, or better yet, the very first front right hand corner block, the white concrete that we placed at the start. Extend that concrete forwards towards you by 3 using quartz slabs. 1, 2, 3. You then want to place an orange terracotta in front of that slab. You then, going left of the terracotta, you want to place this sequence of blocks. You want to place a quartz slab, followed by a pillar quartz block, slab, pillar quartz, slab, orange terracotta. Place 3 quartz slab, 1, 2, 3, orange terracotta, slab, pillar, slab, pillar, slab, orange terracotta. Extend that backwards using quartz slabs, like that. What we then want to do is we want to take the terracottas and we want to add an additional terracotta on top of every single one of them. And we want to place a row of quartz slab coming across the top of the pillar quartz blocks and connecting to the rows of terracotta. So we'll have an effect which very much looks like that. we're going to place 3 quartz stairs in front of the entrance, and we're going to fill in the rest of this little porch area using our quartz slabs. So we'll completely fill the front of this porch area in using quartz slabs, like this. We want to take our birchwood fence, and we want to place 3 fence on top of every orange terracotta. 1, 2, and 3. This will be 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. There we go. And 1, 2, 3. Like that. What we now want to do is on top of the middle pair of birch fence, we want to place a yellow concrete, like this. And we want to place, coming in between them, we want to join them in the middle diagonally, thus creating a triangular shape like this. It kind of blends into the house there. We want to then place a row of yellow concrete on top and to the outside of the layer of yellow that we've just made. So we want to have something which should look like that. I mean, you guys might have a little hard time kind of like seeing that. It is kind of tricky to look at, really, it honestly is. But that's what we want to have right there. So next thing we're going to do is we are going to place on top of the other birchwood fence, we're going to place a red concrete. We're going to extend that concrete forwards by 1 row. And we are going to extend the concrete coming inwards. And the concrete wants to come as far in as the yellow concrete. So like this. And we want to form a shape around the yellow concrete using the red concrete that just fits to the yellow concrete's form, if that makes sense. I mean, you guys will be able to see like it kind of frames the yellow concrete in a way. It looks quite good like that. What we also want is we want to extend the red concrete outwards, left and right, across the porch by 1 row, like this. And then all we'll do is we want to take the red concrete blocks that, like, it's so hard to explain. So the concrete block that is on top of the post and then extended outwards, we want to, on top of that red concrete, we want to go up 1. And then right 1, and we want to come all the way towards the back of the house. So we'll go up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1. You guys get the point. Up 1, right 1, 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 up 1. And in doing that, you'll notice that it actually follows the shape of the house. That's completely intentional. That's what we want to have. And we also want to form the same shape coming down at the back of the house. And the shape wants to come as far down as here, so that it's like poking out of the back of the house. That's what we want to have. Like from the side, that's what that looks like. We want the same thing on the opposite side. So we want to take this red concrete block that is on top of the fence. To the left of it, we want to go up on top of it, and then up and back, so on and so forth, until we follow the shape of the house. You guys know what I'm talking about. Up and back, up and back, up and back, until we like follow the shape of the house. And then we're just going to go down and back until we reach the very back of the house like this. Then we'll connect it together at the back, and then we will join all of the roof together. But speaking of roofs, there is just one more to do, and that's the garage roof. So the garage roof is very similar to the porch roof, very, very similar indeed. We're going to start by placing a row of red concrete in front of the top of the garage. The row of red concrete comes out to the side of the garage by 1, like this. It overhangs the side of the garage, like that. It comes 1 block backwards, and then on top of the garage, back up, back up, back up, back up, like this, following the shape of the garage, and then it extends 1 block back, down, back down, back down, back down, back, and then it comes across the back of the garage like this, stops right about here where the other roof does, and all we have to do is we just have to join the red concretes, the top red concretes to the house, and that will form the garage roof. And it's going to be a very, very, very similar process with the actual main part of the roof itself. I just thought that we might take care of the garage roof first, because why not? There's no reason why we shouldn't. So we're just going to extend the garage roof from the house to the garage like this. And we take every single one of the outer red concrete blocks. Very important that we do the outer red concrete blocks coming towards the actual outer part of the roof like this. And whoop, like that. And then like that. And then we should have something which should look like this. For the back of the roof, or for the actual big main part of the roof, it's simple. We simply want to connect the front of the roof to the part of the porch that overhangs. So we want to like connect the roof together as you would expect. We basically just want to take the side of the roof, as you can see, and connect it to the porch, as I said. So we just want to just wrap the roof around, connect it together, and easy peasy. It's as easy as that. It really is. So we're just going to do the other side of this now too. I find it easier to start from the bottom, work your way up, or you might find the inverse more correct for you. You might find that it's a lot easier for you to go from the top to the bottom. Whichever way you want to do it, it really doesn't matter as long as we both end up with the same roof, and we should do. So like that. And we won't have any holes in our house, which is lovely. And except for this, we might just have to add a block in here. And then, of course, we just want to connect the roof from one side to the other. We just want to connect it from one side to the other, and this is going to be on the front. And then there's going to be a lot more of that on the back, because of course on the back there's no real like overhang, there's no porch, no nothing. So we're just going to be able to connect the two sides of the roof together on the back without too much trouble. Unlike there is on the front, there's quite a lot of messing around with the porch on the front. Speaking of which, we do have to add just a tiny little bit of detail to the front porch, just a very small amount, and then we'll be done. And then we can discuss whether or not you want to add a very small garden and bushes to the house. Although I will leave you guys to that, because you guys always have your own plans for these things. It would seem like not every one of you guys wants to actually use this as a house. Some of you guys looking for accuracy. Some of you guys want to use it as a house, and you don't really want to decorate it like I do. And I'll discuss some optional extras that will make the house look nicer when we get to the very end of this. But we're just going to connect these sides of the roof together now like this, which leaves only one part of the house left. You see here where we have the porch roof. If you add upside down quartz stairs underneath the overhanging parts of red concrete, like in the corners like this, with a quartz block right at the top, it looks a little nicer, and there's nothing else to say about that. And there you will have a very nice looking house, guys. It looks great. If you add more light to it, it'll look even better, trust me. So that's Mickey Mouse's house. Let me show you the original version to show you a couple of things that you may want to add. It's very small details. Oh wow, guys, I almost completely forgot the last thing that we have to do for this house. I completely almost forgot about it. I want to blame you, but it's not your fault. You know what, I'm going to blame you anyway. You almost forgot the last thing that we have to do. Mickey Mouse has two windows on the front of his house. So we're going to start off on the very front right-hand side corner of the roof. So front of the house, front right-hand corner, this is the block. We want to count and find the third row of roof coming up. So that's the first row, second, third row. We want to count in to the left from this block. We want to find the fourth block in. So that's the first block, second, third, fourth. We're going to place a yellow concrete on this block. Left of it, we'll place a white concrete. Left of that, a yellow concrete. On top of the white concrete, we'll place a glass. And on top of the glass, we'll place a yellow concrete. But we also want to place a yellow concrete left and right of the glass. We also want to place a red concrete going around the top of the shape that we've made, like this. We also want to extend the red concrete towards us by one row, and we want to connect it backwards to the house until it connects exactly how you would expect the roof to connect to it. So, like this. And that is one of the windows on the top front part of the house that you almost forgot. And that's not your fault, it's my fault. It's fine. So that is the first window. The second window will start on the very front left-hand corner of the roof. We'll count and find the third row up. That's the first, second, third row. We want to count into the right by 1, 2, 3. This is going to be the 4th block in. Actually, yeah, that's the 4th block inwards, isn't it? I'm not being silly. Yeah, of course it is. That's 4th block inwards. We want to place a yellow concrete, right of that a white, right of that a yellow. We'll place a glass on top of the white. We'll place yellow either side of the glass and on top of it also. We'll place red concrete all the way around the top of this little window. We'll connect the red concrete to the actual house itself. We'll connect it to the roof. And we will also extend out the red concrete forwards by 1 row, which will give us something that should look exactly like that. And that makes the house look a lot better. That is the house 100% fully complete now, guys. We almost made a big error by not adding that. That would have been quite embarrassing. Quite embarrassing if we would have completely forgot about that. So, guys, this is the house 100% fully complete. That's it. There's a garden that you can add. There's a little bit of fence that you can add. There's Pluto's house that you can add. There's a few things that you can add. But I'm not going to include them in the tutorial portion of this video. I'm going to show you the original version of this house to show you what you can or cannot add to the house to make it look better. It's completely up to you whether you want to do any of these next bits. You might just want to use the house as like a survival house like this. Let me show you the original version. The tutorial portion is over. So this is the original version of Mickey Mouse's house. As you can see, very similar to the version that we've just made, but there are a couple of differences. Let me show you them. On the front of the house, you'll notice that we have a light grey concrete path that leads to the front of the house. It leads you all the way up to the entrance to the porch. We also have a driveway leading to the garage. We have lime terracotta used as grass. That is the grass completely replaced with lime terracotta. I think it looks better with this particular house. We have bushes added around the house just to kind of make it look a little bit nicer, add a bit more color, and on top of that, they are also present in the actual house itself. We also have a tree in the back left-hand corner of the house. You may want to add a tree. We also have a very small little doghouse for Pluto, that is Pluto's doghouse, present on the build. Whether you want to add that or not is completely up to you. Maybe you want to put a dog in there. It's kind of up to you. And on top of all of that, there's a fence added around the property. Now, all of that is very, very easy to add. It's up to you whether you want to add it. You'll be able to make every single piece of that without me. I just wanted to show you that just in case you did want to add that. It's up to you whether you add it. It really depends what you're going to use the house for. It depends whether you want to be accurate with the house or whether you just want to use it as a survival house or what. It's completely up to you. Hopefully, you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, please do remember to hit that like button. I'd really, 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 really appreciate it. I honestly would. And if you do hit that like button, please do consider subscribing to the channel. You'll probably like my other stuff. Click the little bell if you do subscribe, because that ensures that you get all my stuff sent directly to your sub box. And on top of all that, guys, comment down below and let me know what you want to see next. Do you want to see more cartoon related builds? What do you want to see? Let me know in there in the comments. I need to know. And if you want to check out any more of my stuff, especially the Clubhouse, if you want to check out Mickey Mouse's Clubhouse, that's both in the card system, the description below, you'll be able to find that, on top of some other builds and stuff that I've made in the past as well. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you have a great day. I hope you enjoyed building this. I hope you managed to build this. And I'll see you guys in the next one.